Good evening. As promised, we're out on Wednesday. I do apologise for my last video. It's never nice posting videos without any fish, but seems to be just my luck at the moment, to be honest. But we're out again, giving it a go tonight. We're in Sandown Bay, pretty much right in the middle of the bay, and we are targeting rays. Complete and utter targeting rays. So I've got anchovies, I've got 3 squid, literally 3 squid, I've got a packet of anchovies, and I've got a packet of medium sand eels. So I'm going to be doing really neat tiny baits. I'm going to be trying to get it out as far as I can. I do know that I'm not going to be able to get it to full potential because I have got 25 pounds straight through. So that is next on my shopping list, is a couple of extra spools so I can put some like 15-pound line, and I can use a tapered leader. For venues like here, there's no snags out there, and I'm always quite big on not wanting to leave a leader out there, and then I can use it for other venues where I risk, you know, losing a bit of gear. I won't use a leader at all, but there's places like here I need the extra distance, hence got my waders on. So hopefully I can get an extra few yards. I'm going to get set up and I'll bring you back when I've got a couple of baits and rigs ready. Right, let's have a look, and I'm all set up. As you can see, it's 5 o'clock on the dot, so we're probably fishing till maybe 11, 12, I don't know. Gonna put some hours in tonight, so it might be a 6-7 hour session. It's a bit of a long drive home for me because it's like right on the opposite side of the island to where I live, but I'm super excited as always. Anticipation levels are quite high, but you never know, we'll see. I mean, hopefully we'll get a fish or two. If I don't, then I'm sure somebody else will, so at least I'll show you something. Not like the other night where I didn't show you anything at all. So let's have a look. Okay, so on my left hand rod, as you will see, Portsmouth loop rig, 2.0, some new hooks there, Camazan match, quite expensive, 7 in a packet, so this is a bit of a new experiment for me, see if the hooks make a difference. So we got size 2.0s, Camazan, that's just squid, very juicy bit of inky squid. There is a 2.0 pennel, which is a medium-sized sand eel with a very, you can see, strip of same size as a sand eel really, up the side of it, same length, same width, wrapped together. 5-ounce gripper, 5-ounce gripper that side, that's a pulley pennel, and that's got half an anchovy. Yeah, so let's have a look, let's get them out. It's just started to rain. So I'm not going to set the big camera up for a bit. I'm going to try it on this, see if I can just set this up so at least you can see my poor cast, but at least I can wade out a little bit. For some reason, right, the last time we fished here, I was the only person that had no waders. Everyone else caught a reasonable amount of fish. This time I have my waders and these two guys don't. So we've got Nobby and John down there. Tom I think is turning up later, James I think is turning up later. Hopefully we'll see some fish, but let's get these in the water, stop yakking. What happens when you don't put your bowling arm on? You get a crack on the first cast. Yeah, trying to heave ho it. Oh, I forgot to put the bailing arm off. So let's retie that and yeah, chuck another one out. There we go. Finally got 2 baits in the water. Nobby's just given me lent me a brolly so I can get out of this rain. So I'm not going to set the main camera up for a bit. We've got plenty of hours of fishing. I will set this one up, see what I can get on it. Be able to set it up on the box or something, hopefully be able to get a bite. I'll be able to show you something, and then later I'll get the tripod and everything set up. Well, basically, because we're going to be moving down a bit, and then we're going to maybe be back up. So at the moment I don't want to set too much up because it is a bit of a faff. So let's have a seat and contemplate on what I'm going to eat. And I didn't bring much. Hello, welcome to my umbrella abode. So I'm just about to rig up again. So I thought while I was doing it, I'll quickly show you how I'm doing it. Not that it works, doesn't work for me anyway, but this is how I'm baiting up. So I've taken myself a medium sand eel, and basically this is what I've seen so many other people do, which is head off just behind the eyes, tail off, stop it from spinning. I've got one of these double baiting needles. I don't use it as it's supposed to be used, so I'll stick it in one end all the way up. Got some strips of squid here, so I'm literally just using a little strip of squid just like that. Plonk that on the top, and then just gently we'll wrap that up the side. Like I say, I think everyone does things differently. I watched a video the other day, Fish Disco, and he baits two together, but the same deal, two sand eels, half a squid. I'm using one sand eel and probably not even a quarter of a squid. Like I say, I've only brought 3 out tonight, so quite lightly snap that off, and there we go. So you can see, like, it's quite a long, narrow bait. Trying to make it aerodynamic really, because that's going on my loop rig, bottom hook of my loop rig, and then the top hook of the loop rig I'll maybe put half a sand eel. It's only a single 2.0, maybe half a sand eel, maybe a whole sand eel, maybe just a bit of squid, just to mix it up. And then, like I say, on the other side, on the bigger bait, half of one of these puppies. Might change it up, I might take a fillet off later on just to change it up a little bit and mix it up. But that's how I'm doing it. And then all I do is, like I say, I take my little 2.0, probably about a third from the end, go in, bring it round like that. If you can see that, yeah, you can see that all right. Makes the hook look actually pretty big, but it is only a 2.0. And at least if it's gone in that end, then it's far easier to get the elastic. But like, having watched so many other videos of other people baiting up and stuff, this seems to be the way that most do it. I mean, it's pretty much the way I did it before anyway, but it does make far more sense. I mean, I only do it because I see other people doing it, but it means if you use a tool, whether it's, you know, a skewer, a baiting needle, anything like that, it means you can wrap all the way to the end of the bait, including your line, without, you know, trying to hold on to it like with your fingertips, do you know what I mean, when it's just a line. And then when you take that out, he says, see, now that's elasticated all the way up to the end. I can take my other hook, whack that in there, which is actually the head end because it's narrow at the tail, like I said, trying to make it aerodynamic. And then that is my bait. Hopefully we'll get a ray. Not really sure what to make of that. I'm getting some pull downs, but it might be weed, but I've literally just cast it out. And it looks like there's a bite. Yeah, false alarm. I pulled the line a little bit tight to see if I could feel for a bite. And then I saw a little bit of weed move in the water, which is attached to my line, so. Yeah, definitely got my hopes up then. But anyway, never mind. Next time, hopefully it will actually be a fish. Right, so hour and a half we've been fishing for. That bite still, well, that weed, sorry, is still on there. It's been bouncing up and down for about 20 minutes. I've only had 2 casts. Been fishing for an hour and a half. Bait came back completely untouched, so I'll leave it a little while, you know, and then I can sort of measure what bait I've got, and then I can sort of speed things up a little bit later. We've moved back once. The tide has just turned, so hopefully, I mean, we might get the that bottom turn of the tide. We might get a couple of fish, which would be nice. Still daylight, I say it's 6:30, so it's really nice to be sitting out. I know it's not the best sort of time. I mean, I know people like on the Bristol Channel, Chesil, where you're in deeper water, that daylight sort of thing doesn't really matter. But we're on quite a shallow beach here. But Nobby was saying that potentially the painted rays could come daylight hours. And hopefully, like I say, we can get into something. But yeah, at the moment, nada ting. Right, we're gonna have a quick look over at Tom. Tom's just had what we think is a turbot, so let's have a look nice. What we got, mate? Show for all. Wow, they're cool, aren't they? Is it a turbot?
I think so.
Is it not a brill? It's more frilly.
Yeah, it might be a brill actually.
I mean, I'm no master of species whatsoever, but I would have said that was a brill.
I think it's a brill, yeah,
because it's not, and it's not very diamond shaped. Nice, mate. What was that on?
Squid sandeel.
Squid sandeel. Get in, buddy. Nice, dude. How about that? I think it's a brill. Like I say, I don't really know. It's either a brill or a turbot. Put your comments below. Let us know. But yeah, that's wicked. First fish, cool, man. Again, Tom's last here, and again, he's the first one to catch a fish. So yeah, hopefully, like I say, we can all get one. Wow, hello. We've been fishing for about 2 hours. I want to say 2 hours, but I have an awful feeling it's probably more like 2.5. Still sat under here. It's not super wet. There's a bit of drizzle. But it's this is definitely working. Like I say, I am more than likely going to get myself an umbrella. I was thinking about getting a shelter. And somebody had offered me one as well, Hobbo. Thanks, mate. But yeah, I might get a brolly because they're a lot easier to carry. And this is working a treat. And it's blowing. I mean, it's not like 20 miles an hour wind, but it's like maybe 10, 15. Yeah, not a single bite. I don't think so anyway, but I'll show you. So I am, that one is still pretty loaded, so I've obviously had a crack off at some point and I haven't topped it up. But yeah, I've got a few wines on that, so hopefully I don't get a screamer. But yeah, they're just sitting there, not really doing a lot. But yeah, I haven't had too many casts, to be honest. Maybe 3. Like I say, the bait is coming back completely untouched, but I am going to start fishing a bit harder now. Basically, the bank that we were on, that tide has now come over, so we're now pushing back towards the wall here. And that gully that was already there, even at low tide, is now filling in. Is probably 2 feet deep, pushing maybe on the 3rd feet. So 3rd foot. Yeah, so I'm hoping we'll get a little bit up there. I'm going to drop one in close into that gully, and then I'll send the other one as far as I can. But yeah, I mean, you can see that's probably out. It's got to be out 150 yards or so. Let's say we have walked back a good bit, a good 50 yards. So yeah, so fresh bait. I think time to fish a bit harder, and hopefully get ourselves a fish. Well, the rain is coming down. Only one fish still, which is Tom's, which we now think is a turbot. Nobby said it's a turbot, so if you have already commented on that, we think it might be a turbot. But it's a very cool looking fish. I've never seen one in the flesh, so hopefully, like I say, I might be able to get one. I don't know if they feed in the dark. I mean, he had that in daylight, so. But yeah, man, it's slow. I am really trying, honestly. I am giving it everything I can to try and show a fish, but I've just, yeah, 1 dogfish so far in 3 sessions, so. Yeah, it's not brilliant, but I'm going to keep trying. I say I keep freshening about. I'm going to put baits out more often now. They are coming back completely untouched. There's no crab activity. It's quite a big sandy beach here. I mean, it's called Sandown. But yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's nice sitting under the umbrella. I am definitely going to get one of these. Oh, and yeah, check these out. So got some nice new Nobby did put some new reflective tape on the tips of my rod, so when I do properly set the camera up and I get the torch on there, it's going to glow up like a beacon, which would be wicked. But yeah, no fish as of yet. Well, I think I might have actually just be getting a bite. I think it might just be a dogfish, some slow pulls on a left-hand rod. Could also be weed, because that's what was happening earlier. I've tried to set a light up inside the umbrella, which is clearly not working out very well. It's going light and dark, but I think I might be getting a bite, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. And if I do get a fish, hopefully I'll be able to show you something. It might be a dogfish, but it will be a fish. Well, it might be a fish. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bait up the other rig, because I was actually baiting up when I noticed it moving. So I'm going to finish baiting that other rig up, and then if there's still something moving on it, like I say, I'll let the dogfish, if it is dogfish, I'll let it take it, and then I can hopefully bring it in. Woo!
Oh, apologies for you, mate. Well happy for you.
Cheers, dude. There we go. Hang on, let's try and get around my rod. That is my first spotted ray. I'm so happy. What a way to return from having a blank. They're absolutely stunning looking fish. Oh, I'm so pleased. Their tails are absolutely covered. Look at that, covered in spikes. But they are beautiful. I don't know if you can see its eye. Like I say, I'm doing this on my phone. Should have set the camera up properly, really. But I am absolutely stoked. I don't know how heavy it is. Maybe 2-3 pound, I don't know. I don't really care. It's a male, it's a spotted ray, which I've never had before. Let's get it back in. Right, it's a real shame I haven't got my proper camera set up, but I thought I was done for the night. But mate, that is a monster dogfish.
Big dog. We'll weigh him now, Phil.
These on the bottom, which is it? Hey. So we got double shot. So we got a dogfish, which is massive. The size of his puppy. Come on, straighten yourself out. That is huge. Very big dogfish. Yeah, give him away. Right, that's my big. 115. So that is 115 dogfish, but bearing in mind I've literally just turned the phone off so I could do the video, recast. Thought I'll bring the other one in because it was moving a tiny bit.
Yeah. I'll tell you in a minute.
There we go, and that is my second fish that came on the same rig, or loop rig, top hook. I think the top hook had a sand eel and squid wrap, and that is a painted ray, wasn't it? You said?
Yeah.
So small-eyed painted ray. I did have one recently, but nowhere near as heavy as this one. But the one I had before, I didn't even weigh it. It was so tiny. But very buzzing. Literally 5 minutes. 2 rays and a dogfish. Boom!
Oh, boy, mate. 6'2".
And my other rod's going now. I'm going to have both rods out of the water in a minute, but there's definitely something on it. 6'2".
6'2", mate.
6'1", 6'2", I think. 6'2". Ooh. Yeah, when I was reeling it in, I knew it was heavy, but yeah, I didn't think it was that heavy. Well, £6 two painted ray, and then a £1.15. So essentially £8 of fish coming in. Brill. I'm going to reel this one in, and then I might have a little sit down. I'm all shaky of all of it. Thank you all for stopping. I'm so chuffed I managed to get it, even just on my phone, just so everybody can get to see it really. So I need to relax. My voice has even gone because I've been whooping and I've been so excited. So I probably might not even be able to talk tomorrow. The 2 rays, man, I am so chuffed. Literally within probably 3 minutes of each other. And they were not massive bites either, neither of them. I thought both of them might have been a dogfish. The one on the right that had the painted on, I was like, nah, is it? Oh, I'll just have a little change. And then it was like, oh, this is heavy. Yeah, and a double shot, wicked. So my first ever spotted, which I am so happy about, and I'm happy that you guys got to see me catch my first one. This tide has come right up here again, so I need to move some of my stuff up the top. But yes, it's made. There we go. That's my my second ever spotted ray. My voice is totally gone because I'm screaming up and down the beach. That's a female that time. No clasps. Funny little faces. But that's a beautiful, beautiful fish. Absolutely stoked. Right, chuck it back in. Woo! Cheers, bro. Well, I've got to be honest, it's got to be up there with one of my best sessions. I mean, 3 rays and a dogfish, but it's all about the rays, to be honest. It's the first time I've come out to target rays and actually got into them. So yeah, absolutely stoked. I'd say the fish baits, the sand eels and the anchovies I actually bought off of Nobby because he had a few extra packets, and they've come from Drew. So big shout out to you, buddy. Ride Bait and Tackle. And the squid I got from Odessa. That water's right by my feet. From Odessa, so big shout out to Hobbo as well. Yeah, banging. Absolutely chuffed to bits. One of my best sessions for sure. Right, I need to move my gear back again. And I want to sit down and relax. My heart is absolutely pumping. Well, this is a bit unusual. This is like rocking it back to the old school. One little torch, which is with my other head torch, and my phone. It's quite nice though, isn't it? It's quite reminiscent. I think I'll get a little bit of a dogfish bite in the left-hand rod. I've left it for probably 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. I'm going to bring it in because I've got another rig ready to go out. And then I'll probably bait one more, and I think I might knock it on the head. Rain's getting quite heavy now. It's not heavy, but it's persistent. And yeah, I've had a good session anyway. Hi, man.
Whoa, here he comes. He's a race lad. That's you.
What are you thinking?
Thinking like, you might go with it. I'll have my juju back now.
Okay, well, the heavens have massively opened now. I think Tom's on about packing up. I've literally got 1 anchovy and I've got 1 rig baited. It's I think it's 10:40, so it's not even 11 o'clock yet. I did want to try and fish till 11 if I'm honest. 10 or 11, get home, try and get home for about 12. Probably about 40-minute drive, half hour, 40 minutes this time of night. But it's packing everything away. It's a pain in the backside. It's the worst thing about fishing is packing everything away. So yeah, so I'm going to sit it out a little bit. I mean, I'm dry, but yeah, it's not very comfortable. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we can get another bite. But yeah, it's been a bit slow since those other fish, but I really am not complaining. I can't complain, and I am most definitely not complaining. There we go, look at that Nobby. I mean, it's quite unusual, but Tom had a bream the other night, and Nobby has just had quite a decent look. It's over a pound, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got a really, I mean, I think it is a black bream, but it's really light in colour. Super light. But yeah, if we got it wrong, then please let us know. But it does, I mean, yeah, no, it is. I think every now and again you can see the stripes in it when it's out of, yeah, you can. When you get it in the right, different light. But mate, absolutely stunning. Well done, Nobs.
Take that, mate, won't we?
Yeah, defo. Ah, well, there we go. All packed up, sat in the van. I've got stuff hanging up behind me, as you can see. Oh, what a session, man. I am absolutely over the moon. I'm knackered. I think the adrenaline and everything really goes through you sometimes. And I've probably had one of the best sessions I've ever had, to be honest. I really can't complain. 3 rays, 2, a male and a female spotted, and then a small-eyed, which I don't know if it was a male or female, to be honest. I didn't even think to look. I was just so chuffed to get another fish and another ray. Very mixed bag on the beach tonight. There was 4 of us fishing tonight. Tom got into the dogfish. Nobby got into dogfish and a bream. And John unfortunately didn't catch, but they're staying down here for a little bit. It's 11:30 now, so I've already stayed longer than I'd planned. They're going to stay on for a bit. But yeah, buzzing. So thank you ever so much for stopping by. Thank you for sticking with it. Like I said, I know I've had some pretty poor sessions. I mean, my last session that you would have seen, it's not great. And yeah, I just want to say thank you really for sticking with me. Thank you for hitting the 2,000 subscribers. And I hope you all enjoyed this one, because I really did. My voice is gone, shouting Ray on the beach and whooping like an idiot. So until the next one, take care, stay safe, and maybe see you out there. Cheers.